Gentlemen, welcome to Blackwatch.
We started you guys off in the yellow zone at Father Guerra's church, and we're going to walk you guys through this.
Yep, layer number one.
Layer number one.
What we try to do is not only show you where every single layer is at the beginning of the video, but we're also going to try to give you a visual for each one. Not only show you, but show you on the map, because I know it's kind of hard. The map may be a little small. It may be hard to find that exact detail.
Right. Right now we're in Linden Park, by the way.
Yeah. Now, you have to progress the story X amount before the layer will become available to you. You can discover it, you just won't be able to go into it. Normally when you come into a layer, it'll prompt you to hit B. What is that? Circle for PlayStation guys.
Right.
But if you find a layer prior to them being available, you won't have a prompt.
Right.
So don't freak out if you find a layer and you can't go into it or can't figure out how to get in. You just need to progress the story a little bit more. You should be able to go into any layer by the end of the yellow zone.
Right, and sometimes it'll just tell you in your map too, like in the left, like above where it keeps track of all your stats. It'll say something to the effect of keep playing further to open up a layer, like when you go to your layer collectible menu. So it took us a while to figure that out.
Now we're playing on easy, so we're gonna pretty much run through these. We didn't really take too many. It didn't take too many reshoots to get footage that we were happy with. We're also using a heller that has been fully upgraded. Right. So couple the easy difficulty with a fully upgraded heller, and it makes for a pretty quick layer series. Right.
And we have to do that, guys, so that our videos are shorter, so we can get them out quicker. But this same process would work regardless, right, of where you are.
Yeah, right when you come into the layer, it's going to prompt you to destroy the infected pustules, or
pustules,
pustules, however you pronounce it. The trick here is anytime one of those prompts come up, is to destroy those as quickly as you possibly can. What happens is you'll see them boil up out of the ground, and they will come to a point where they will explode, and there you go with a brawler.
Right.
So if you leave those pustules to continually to respawn, you will quickly be overwhelmed with a lot of brawlers.
Right. Which you don't want.
Which you don't want.
That's always the ending cinematic right there. Your tendril, your Devastator it's not like a Devastator attack, but it does its deal. And then it's going to shoot you out of the layer, all beast-like. Boom! And give you credit. And let's talk about mutations.
Yeah, mutations will be awarded after every layer in a particular district is completed. So that was the only layer in that district, so we only need to do one layer.
Going for layer number 2 right now, and we are in the green zone.
That's right.
And we're in Fulton. And we started off basically at the helicopter pad, when you fly over for the first time, the air bridge in that security area. And then Bake's actually giving you guys a green X.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that he's mentioning that because we shot these videos, like I shot the layer videos and he did the field ops and the black boxes. And I noted when he did the field ops and the black boxes, oh, you're using the green X. Oh, yeah.
Because we didn't talk about that prior, right? We just started collecting, and it turns out that we both tried to use the green X for you guys. So, layer number 2. Actually, this is layer number 1 on your screen. Right?
Quote, unquote.
But it's layer number 2 total that we've done so far. We've already done one layer on the yellow zone.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned this earlier. You can't go into a layer during a mission. Right. It may seem obvious, but I've tried to do it. I remember trying to do it early on in the game. Like I was in the middle of a mission, and it said layer discovered, and I was like, oh, let me pop in there real quick, and hoping that the game would just kind of be right where I left off when I came out of the layer. But you can't go in there.
No, sir. What's up, baby?
Look at that. Look at how close and personal.
He's about to go crazy.
What's the deal? A lot of games have been doing zombies lately.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe that's just us.
It's just the thing, man. We just came out of Resident Evil, and I guess people would not classify these people as quote-unquote zombies because they're infected, but they're zombies. Yeah. Let's just be real.
And then you got, like, all the zombie movies coming out, and you got, like, Walking Dead series.
It's the thing, man. Zombies are, I mean, they've always
taken over right now.
They've always been around. I mean, even, like, back in the day, they had a lot of like Return of the Living Dead, some zombie movies, but now they're extremely popular.
Yeah, this particular brawler kind of took me back when I first saw him because he has the spikes on the back, and that's the first time I had seen it at that point. It doesn't seem to be any different than any other brawler.
Yeah,
just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, he's got the spikes.
Footnote right there is try to make sure that you don't kill them when you're prompted for the B button, because maybe if you hit the whip fist again or you claw him one more time, you may kill him.
Right.
Just be prompted, or just be aware when you're getting close, especially when you're really powerful and you're playing this on easy.
Right.
Because I think you'll see that a couple times throughout the series. I'll accidentally kill people and not get the points.
He's so beast, man.
Well, yeah, this is after this is after playing the entire game and doing all the field ops and collectibles and all that stuff. I think this is like one of the last things I did for this particular profile.
Right.
But yeah, see how these brawlers don't have the horns?
The spikes on their back.
Yeah.
And a good way to beat these guys, I mean, if you don't have like an upgraded Heller, is just use your somersault dodge ability, like hit the A button and hit them a couple times, and then hop over them again and hit them a couple times, and keep doing that. I mean, you can pretty much beat most bosses, pretty much every boss, by doing that A dodge somersault trick. So
yeah, the best way to clear out Lairs, especially like this particular situation where you have the juggernauts, is Devastators.
Right.
And I think what I wanted to show y'all before, hopefully I do a Devastator, I'm not sure if I did or not, but there's this ridiculous move that they allowed you to do with the hammer fist, the deep dive hammer fist attack. So you can jump up in the air, and as long as you have an enemy targeted, just jump up, do the deep fist. Is that even the right name for it?
It's the deep dive, you mean?
Deep dive, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
And you'll just never get hit because it knocks them up, and it's almost like a juggle effect. And if you get really good at it, you can actually do two moves. You can jump up and do the whip fist, and if you jump high enough or do it fast enough, you can actually do the whip fist and the hammer fist all in one jump up.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
And you know the blade that he has on his right arm, you know, you can jump up and you do the flip and you come down on him. That was actually a huge move in the first prototype game, which is how I killed a lot of my bosses when I played through on the hardest difficulty. Because when you're in the air, I mean, unless somebody's shooting you with a gun, all right, brawlers and stuff, they can't fly. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And especially like when you go to take out tanks, just try to get right above a tank, right? Because they can't shoot you if you're right above them, and just keep bombing them. And it might really help you guys out. Look at the X again.
All right, here we are on number 3.
That was just right around the corner, huh?
Yeah, it's just literally right across the street.
So there's a frame of reference for you guys. We're still in Fulton. This is the second one in Fulton. If you're watching the entire series through, it's our third one total.
Little power specialist mutation coming up.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about the power specialist mutations. I didn't really feel like they were as beneficial as some of the other.
I just got confused, and maybe some of you guys out there are confused too. There was a lot of upgrades, right? There was a lot of things you could get for Heller, and it just kind of, to me, it got lost in the wash, right? There was so many things, and there was mutations and evolutions and all this kind of stuff. I just kind of got confused sometime as to exactly what I was trying to go for. Now, near the end of the game, we kind of figured it out, right? But I wish they would have did a better job of maybe cluing us in on that a little early. You know what I mean?
I'm laughing at Heller's quotes.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way,
there's an upgrade.
We should be coming out. I don't know how soon it'll be out, but I know that we plan on doing a top Heller quotes.
Like a montage.
You know,
of Heller quotes.
We try to focus on substance a lot, and that's what our number one focus is substance, to give you guys the best way, the fastest way, the easiest way to get these trophies or walkthroughs. But you know, we're just like anybody else. We want to kind of play around and have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, and after you cover a game, any game, I mean, we play through these games. Like this particular game, we probably played through 3, 4. We're on our 5th game now, I think, between the both of us. And then like Resident Evil, I think we both played through cumulative like 9 times. And so we kind of want to just have fun after we finish.
Right.
But our thing is that we don't want to have fun until the game is covered 100%. And so far, we haven't been able to cover a game like 100%. And
Right.
so in this game, we're going to try to get everything done so that we'll have time to kind of, have fun with some videos.
It's kind of like a reward to ourselves.
Yeah, and then hopefully y'all like it, right? That would be the bonus.
Here's the other thing about this lair. You want to make sure that you kill that first infected pustule before you continue on. I remember when I first came in this lair, I just was trying to get through it as fast as I could.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I left that pustule and continued on to the next one, and I got stuck with killing all these pustules. And what happened is that one pustule in the back that I had skipped over beforehand just kept spawning brawler after brawler. I was like, where are all these brawlers coming from?
Yep.
So just a little frame of reference. You know that when you do any attack, you can either tap it or hold it to do a power attack. I noticed that if I do a combo, it usually takes me 3 to 4 on easy mode to get rid of a pustule. But if I did one, usually any one power attack would take them out.
Right.
Yeah, it's just too easy with that hammer fist.
Bombing. But like I said, guys, I mean, if you're not, like, if you're watching this as you go through the game when you're doing it not as a lower level, it's still not hard. I mean, all you really, like I said, just use your somersault ability. There's also like that roll dodge he can do from left to right, like his strafe dodge. And you're still not going to have any problems with it if you play it on the easy difficulty. Not at all.
Yeah, I'm going through it on hard right now, and it's still easy.
Right.
I would say.
And you're leveling up as you go.
I'm leveling up as I go. Like I'm not coming in there already fully upgraded.
And I know I played through because I was doing the field ops, and I think I started off capturing Lairs, and then we finally decided to let you just be the Lair guy.
Right.
And the ones that I had killed, I think I killed like up to 4. They were no problem on the easy mode, and I was still getting used to the game. So,
right.
Because I didn't really do much fighting, I just went collecting. So I don't think you guys will have a problem. So there's a power specialist bonus for that particular one, and now we're GI Joe again.
Yep.
That's our GI Joe costume.
Green beret.
I think James Heller would totally win like a Halloween contest.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he would totally, like if he went to a party, right? They'd be like, "Where's Heller at?" We don't know, right? He would totally pull it off. He's GI Joe. He's by the punch bowl.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
He's by the punch bowl, man.
We should do a real life
Halloween. You know, we already know how to decorate for Halloween. We just string people up, right?
Oh man.
There you go.
Moving on. What's this, number 4?
Yeah, we're in Lincoln Meadows, and there's another lair. I think, it's down there with a tank.
Yeah. Here's the other thing: is you can go in there stealthy, or as James Heller and raise the alert. I mean, as long as you land kind of near the lair and start the prompt for the B button, it's really not a big deal.
Right.
I've never had an instance where I've been pressing B or pressing O and they've killed me or even got me off.
Right. I think I've tried to get a couple in the red zone when I'm being attacked. It's still not that difficult, but it's aggravating because there's so much stuff going on, right? Tanks are everywhere, and sometimes a tank is in front of it. So it's just better to go in there non-alerted, I guess, the further you get through the game.
It really shouldn't take... I love his one-liners. I cannot wait for that video.
Yeah, I think everybody
will like it. Little quote video. That's gonna be a fun one. It was nice to come into Lairs and see Blackwatch troopers because I thought when I started doing the Lairs that it was always going to be infected.
Right, and that's something to point out. Yeah, it's not always the same thing, but in essence, it is the same thing, right? You're just going to go in there and kill people, but it might be different things. Boom!
You know what I didn't do enough of in this series is use my Devastator. I guess at the time it wasn't really necessary, but I will say that even though the Lairs are still, I hate using the word easy, but I'd say you can get through them. They're not too tough.
Yeah, they're doable.
They're manageable.
Yeah, they're doable.
But I will say that on the hard difficulty, I've had to rely on my Devastator in almost every lair.
Yeah, and a lot of times, guys, when we shoot these videos, we're not sure exactly what we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be saying, and we would rather have more time than not enough time, right?
Right.
If we don't have I mean, this is obviously a very long series, but when we do our shorter videos, we typically will make them longer just so that we know we can cover everything in the video. What up, pimps?
You can, although they'll have Blackwatch every now and then, you can go ahead and put your good bet on there's always going to be infected at one point or another.
There's the Devastator, yeah. Everybody's gone.
Yeah, it's. So, I mean, like I said, if you're upgraded, that Devastator is just. Now, I mean, that's key.
Now, remember, guys, just because you have the Devastator, don't mean you can duplicate what just happened. It has to be fully upgraded. Because I know when I went through when I had the Devastator, I was like, man, why can't I take out everybody, right? And because I was watching him do it, and it looks the same for the most part, but it's just powerful. So just make sure that if you're not killing them all, like you just saw us do, just level them up a bit, and you should be fine. Locomotion.
All right, here we are going number 5.
Number 5.
Believe.
And this is going to be, is this the 5th one in Green Zone?
No, I thought this was the 5th one total.
This is the 5th one total, the 4th one in Green Zone.
Believe so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just in case you skip to this part. You're like, where are they?
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a long flight. This is how I think this is the same thing that happened with Field Ops. You had to fly all the way across the map to get to your next one.
Yep.
So sometimes it's just that way.
That's you know, in another video we were talking about how this is New York and it's supposed to be to scale or comparable to that, and that's not Central Park, right? That's in the red zone.
Yes, that is. Yeah,
it should be in the red zone. So now, what park is that?
I have no idea. If you're from New York,
yeah, please
we would love to know because it intrigues us. Because I remember when Prototype 1 came out, they said, yeah, if you've never been to New York and you play our game, you'll kind of know where to go. Like if you were to ever really visit there, and it was a good marketing campaign in Prototype 1. And since we're here again, you know, it'd be nice to know if it's all true or not.
That's so cool how they had that idea.
Yeah.
Has that ever been done before, to your knowledge?
Maybe,
I'm sure it has been, but to your knowledge, do you know?
I mean, I guess the closest thing would be like your Grand Theft Auto games, but they're just they're like their own city. I guess they kind of represent cities that are in real life, but they're not to scale.
Right.
You know,
okay.
but they try to mimic those big cities. But I think unless I'm not thinking correctly, I think this is the only game that's tried to pull something off that, or at least back in Prototype 1, I know that it was because it was. Their big marketing strategy was the visuals, and I remember looking at behind the scenes and them showing where they took real life photographs of alleyways in New York and then reproduced them exactly for trash can for trash can, for dumpster in the game.
Right.
And so that was kind of cool to see, and they did that. They went through and just filmed different parts of New York. So it might just be that they took different parts of New York and kind of pieced them together in their own little puzzle and then left you iconic places to view. But either way, it still looks pretty stunning at the end of the day.
Now, I know these pustules do, they do get a little bit harder as we progress through the layers. Mm-hmm. Or I guess just the layers in general do get a little bit harder.
Right.
I tried as much as I could to use either a different power or a different mutation or something.
Right.
Each time. Right now we're using the pack leader.
Right.
Again, fully upgraded. That's why we got 4 of them.
Right.
You know, if you do the pack leader and you got 2 of them,
just need to upgrade.
Just don't freak out. Just upgrade a little bit.
Yep.
And you should have no problem. Which those guys are really good, especially in situations where you let the pustules kind of overwhelm you and you didn't mean to, or there's multiple evolve like in this scenario. Right. And it's great.
And notice that we skip all the infected, the little random infected. We go straight for the objective every single time. Like I said, once we're up here, the infected on the bottom, they really don't do anything to you, and you can always just dive bomb and take them out in one shot. So
it's crazy because when you dive bomb, you know, it kind of juggles them away. Mm-hmm. By the time you jump again, they'll always come right back underneath you. Right. Now I know that doesn't happen on the hard difficulty because I'm trying to cheese it again and it's not working. I'm actually having to do real combat.
Right.
I would say, or you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, you're actually having
to work with it a little bit. I can't just jump over there, dive fist, jump over there, dive fist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
sometimes the evolve can be a little bit more tricky.
Yes.
Their AI is a little bit more brighter, I guess.
Definitely.
Than some of the others, but there it is. That's the coolest.
That's one of the best moments.
I remember the first time you saw it, you were like, "Oh my god!" Like,
yeah, well, they set it up perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they had all the people, the tanks, the helicopters, the brawlers. It was
it
was back in the stadium.
Yeah, because you come out and everybody's just standing there automatically. Yeah. You just take them out.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, so moving on. So iconic place here, the helipad, and then you have, what is that circular monument? I don't even know what that is, but it's there.
Whoever's in New York,
yeah.
tell us.
What
is that?
Is
that the Knicks?
New York Knicks.
New York Knicks place, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a stadium or not. I guess we should go back and watch it at some point.
I don't kind of like a Phillips Arena kind of deal where they use multiple things. I don't know.
Don't know, man. If you're
Phillips Arena's in Georgia, by the way.
Yep. And we're jumping over all these buildings. Got the green X for you guys again. And what are we in, Times Square?
Times Square. This is the first in the red zone.
This is crazy because in Prototype 1, you actually started off in Times Square.
Oh, did you?
And in this game, you end in Times Square, or in the red zone. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. I try to target that brawler. It's right next to that brawler. I know it's kind of hard to see. I just didn't want
little blue thing.
I just didn't want to jump down there and have to deal with people hitting me and annoying me and this and that.
So this is number 6, right?
Correct.
This is going to be number 6, but it's number 1 if you're just watching this. Like if you forward it through, this is the first one in the red zone. But if you watch the whole thing, we're on number 6 out of 9.
That's right.
Moving on.
Yeah, these I mean, it's pretty much,
look at that guy hanging.
Rinse and repeat,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, if you ever run into any problem, just upgrade or just keep using the somersault. I mean, there's really, right, except for the visuals that we can give you here,
right?
That shouldn't give you any problems beating these. And that's another thing. I think we had a guy comment on one of our videos, and he was talking about how there wasn't as many collectibles in this game. Because there was a ton of stuff you could do in side quests with Prototype 1.
Really?
I think I was telling you, right, you had like so many orbs. It was in the hundreds. I think it was like 200 orbs. And then you had like 50 hints. I think it was 50 hints. They were like green and purple orbs. And I remember that being like something I was like, man, this is going to be tough to do, right?
Right.
And there was no hints. There was no hints. There was no like mini-map. Well, there was a mini-map, but there wasn't like a queue that shows up when you're trying to look for the black boxes in this game. It didn't tell you like how many feet you were. You just had to find them.
Right.
So, and I think he was saying that he wishes that there was more collectibles, and I kind of do too. But I guess for whatever reason they decided to add them.
Something I want to point out about this layer is that at the bottom the prompt says defeat the evolved and the super soldiers. What it doesn't tell you is defeat all the pustules. Be taking those out because, like I said, they'll keep respawning with brawlers. And it gets pretty hectic pretty quick.
Right.
Not too big of a deal on easy, but later on, if you're doing normal, hard, or even insane, it gets tough.
Yeah, and right now, if you're right now would like be a good time to use a Devastator, any kind of big attack. You just like uppercutted that. Like,
and that's another point.
Street Fighter.
Is that I did something that I should not have done. I didn't even follow my own rule. Every time I start a mission or a black net or a lair, I try to make sure that all my health and my mass bar is completely filled.
That's a good clue, yeah.
That way I don't have to worry about it once I get into the thick of things.
Right, and if your health meter goes down, just try to pick up one of the infected and consume them. And I think you also get HP for consuming even these guys, right?
Yeah, the brawlers are the best.
Mm-hmm. And I know like on hard, you don't get nothing for consuming like just an infected dude. I mean, it is negligible. So that was a cool one. But yeah, that's a good tip. Oh, there's a good move, the shield move. That's a good thing to bring up too, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. If you're curious how to time it or the audio cues, we actually have a video about that. It's the achievement Back At You.
Right.
And that'll show you how to handle missiles, not only to get the achievement, but throughout the entire game.
Right.
Which that actually ends up being a really big help on the harder difficulties, especially when you're trying to get away from an alert. And you'll be getting away from alert, and you'll be climbing up a building, and a helicopter will smack you with a missile, and then you'll fall, and then it takes forever to get back up, and it's just...
And the good thing is that you can use your shield in midair. Like, you would think it'd just be something you would use on the ground, but it's not, which is pretty neat. So.
Yeah, I found myself utilizing the shield, which I didn't use at all.
Right,
in my second and third playthroughs.
Right.
On the harder modes.
I don't think I used it ever, except for the back at you.
Right.
Yeah, because there's no real need to. I eventually got the upgrade where random gunfire didn't bother you anymore. Then I was pretty good.
And then you're just good.
Yeah, it's pretty much invulnerable at that point. Of course, it was easy, so...
Yeah.
That helps, too. People might be wondering why we played on easy. We knew... It's crazy, right? Because we have to shoot film for you guys so we can get this footage out. So it's better for us to play on easy so we can get through it as quick as we can, get as many unlocks out as we can, get them rendered and put out on YouTube. If we play through on hard, which is what we really want to do, right? We want to play through on the hard mode first because that's how we typically play normally. It just takes us forever to get videos out.
Yeah, we just wouldn't get as much content out as we want to, and then also it kind of plays back into our I guess our vision, our mission is to give you the easiest, fastest, most efficient way of doing things.
Right.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword, a little catch-22, but we feel like we do the best what we got.
Right. Definitely.
Here we are.
Another X, man. See, you're just the
what
X king.
Yeah, back with another lair.
Just the X king.
Yeah.
This is going to be number 7 if you've watched the series all the way through. Going to be number 2.
That's right.
In this particular district for Red Zone.
Yep. So now is that Times Square?
Where
is Times Square?
Yeah, this is Times Square. Yeah, we finally made it to Times Square.
I mean Central Park is what I'm talking about.
Oh, I got you.
I'm curious. I want to know.
Yeah.
It's gonna bug me now.
And we could Google search it, but you know what? We got subscribers, man. There's somebody in New York that's gonna help us out.
Help us out.
And we don't even have time to Google search nothing right now.
Yeah.
With the way that we're trying to get these videos out, but this weekend will be huge. I think we'll get a lot out.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't have too many problems. I love the one-liners right at the beginning.
Yep.
That's a nice little touch to kick off every layer. Unless he does it. Is he gonna do a one-liner? No. Of course, the one time I mentioned a one-liner,
he's like silent.
He's done it for like the past 6, and of course this one. Right.
Let us mention this right quick too. Unless you have a strategy you want to point out for this one, I can always say what I want to say.
You're
good. We should, by the time you watch this, have a boost EP video up.
Oh yeah.
Where if you are having troubles with the lair and the somersault trick isn't working, and you kind of want to go in there and beast, then you can just go to that video and it'll kind of walk you through how to get some major EP. It'll also help with getting your fully upgraded, unlock, and some other things. So
all growed up.
Yeah, there should be a link in this video, either above or to the left, that'll point that out to you. You can just click on that link. If it's not up yet, it's coming, and just stay tuned.
Yeah. Here's those spiked brawlers back again.
Yep, back again.
You can see that they're starting to throw. The developers are starting to throw a lot more pustules our way.
Right.
And a lot of them are in different places than what we're used to.
Right.
You'll see not only the regular ones on the ground, but you just saw that one on the wall.
Right.
There's going to be one that's high up on the wall here in a minute. I remember I was like, where is it? Like, I'm looking at the icon and I was like, oh, there it is.
Yep. That's actually a good one to point out. Somebody might miss that.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to let those suckers use your pounce with the claws to take out those guys pretty quickly, and that way you're also in the air simultaneously, so you don't have to worry about those spike brawlers giving you a hard time as you're trying to get these pustules out of the way.
That's a good bring up. Boom.
I love that move. I still can't figure out what my favorite
he has so many cool moves, like and then even when we played like the second or third time through, it was like, man, I've never seen that move before. Right. So that was pretty neat, because most of the time in games, after the first hour or two,
you've seen most of the animations.
Right? It's kind of boring, yeah.
And I know some people some people have been knocking Prototype 2 for having some of the same animations as Prototype 1, but I'm like, I guess it's different because I didn't play Prototype 1. I'm like, dude, I don't really that doesn't really matter to me too much because they have so many more. I feel like, but you played Prototype 1, did it? Did
Yeah,
it feel like it flowed over that much?
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of same animations like when you get your hammer fist. You know how you can do your regular attacks, and it's kind of like him, putting his hand on the ground and like stomping or whatever. It's pretty much the same, like the somersault flip blade thing. But like, who cares? Like, right? If it wasn't the same, there'd be somebody complaining about that. Like, where's the old move at? Right? So, I just want to have fun in the game. Right? I'm down with whatever. I mean, you could say the same thing about the city. It's the same city. It just looks a little different with the textures, but the layout is exactly the same.
Yep.
You know, and it's kind of supposed to be the same. Like, if it was different, it wouldn't make any sense for the story, right?
Right.
So, I agree with you. It's just have fun with the game.
Right. Here we are on layer 8.
Yes. If you're watching it straight through, we're on layer 8.
Well, 2 more after this bad boy.
And then you guys will have your unlock.
That's right.
Booyah.
That's right.
We were happy to get this unlocked too.
Back to the flow, the overflow from Prototype 1 to Prototype 2. I don't know. Like, even in it's not like I feel like it's not like they're recycling maps.
Right.
Or they're not recycling buildings.
Right.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they've. You can tell they've retextured everything in the game for the most part, right? Because I remember, like in the Prototype 1, some of the buildings look a little bit plain, and in this one they have a little bit more texture detail to them. So you can tell they upgraded that stuff a little bit. But like I said, I mean, it's New York, so. It has to be the same model. Right. It wouldn't make any sense. But
like other games give you sometimes they'll recycle stuff in the same series.
And it's the exact same thing. It's not even been retextured. It's like the exact same thing. But I mean, I guess I could see that. But what we try to do at Square One, I mean, me and Bake, we just try to look at the positive in games because if you focus on the negative all the time, you shouldn't even be playing games. You'll never have fun.
Right.
Because none of these games are perfect.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But if you just focus on the positive, I mean, you just spent $60 on the game. Try to have fun with it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you spend $60 and what you get is filth, right? It's not good at all, and it's really bad. But with this particular game, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to just go beast on people. Like, it just is.
A little strategy here for this layer. You'll see that middle Black Watch had a grenade launcher. This is especially useful if you are on a lower difficulty and you just don't want to deal with the Hydra because I know they can be a pain. Use that grenade launcher and you should have no problems.
And even if you're like on the harder difficulty, even if you're just playing through the game, we're finding that we're using the weapons launchers a whole lot more because we got to keep our distance, especially when you just start out on hard mode because you don't have any energy or no upgrades. You need to keep your distance, especially like with choppers and tanks. So just keep that in mind too.
Yeah, especially in the Evolved because they'll get you. Either the Evolved or Brawlers are really notorious in the harder difficulties for getting you kind of in there. They begin to juggle you almost. They get you in a combo,
right?
And it's hard to get away from those combos,
right?
And then you have to run away, you have to consume, and spend time doing that. So
yeah, it can be aggravating.
We've definitely been utilizing the weapons a lot.
Yeah, and they're usually like on the outer perimeter of most of your maps, like especially when you come inside these labs and layers or whatnot. They're like like on the wall. You
won't even realize they're there because the game doesn't really highlight those.
Nah. Your first instinct is to find somebody and kill them and get theirs, but usually if you look on the perimeter, there's always a couple of them laying around. And definitely when you're out on the world map, use your weapon eyes and pull weapons off tanks and use those.
Definitely.
Because two things happen there, right? You get a cool weapon, and then it was on the tank, so now the tank is not able to use it on you. So it's kind of a double whammy.
Here we are on the final layer.
Oh, baby. Get ready for the unlock.
Thank God.
You guys will be able to get your unlock, and you'll be able to hear us quit babbling.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
Hopefully we're entertaining, but it's tough.
Yeah, at least if we're not giving strategy, we try to at least talk about maybe the historical context of the series or the developers. Or we try to at least be educating if we're not giving strategy.
Right.
As best as we can.
So hopefully you guys enjoy the commentary. This particular game is
difficult.
I don't want to say making us, but it's to the point where we have to do these long commentaries because you got a bunch of collectible stuff in this game. Normally there's only like one thing to collect in the game, but in this one there's multiple. So, and we could have put this up without commentary, but I don't know, we just felt like it
just wouldn't be
right?
it just wouldn't be us.
So yeah, watching, I don't even know how long this is going to end up being, but let's just say it's a half hour long. That's kind of boring to just watch, so we figured we would entertain and talk, hang out with you guys.
As best as we possibly could.
Alright, we are on number 9.
And here's the other thing is, you know, we could have split up each layer and done like layer and then click to go to layer 2.
Right.
And click to go to layer 3. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. You talking about different videos?
Right, like 9 videos instead of 1. And the commentary probably would have been a little bit more fresh, a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more upbeat.
Right.
But we just feel like that takes away from the quality of our videos. And we never want you to feel like we're just trying to get your views.
Right, or trying to make you watch an ad 9 times when we know we can only kind of make you watch it one. Not make you watch it, but you see what I'm saying, right? If we put all the layers in one video, then you only got to watch an ad 1 time.
Right.
And then because we just want to educate you, so we felt like, and that's why sometimes the videos don't come out like day 1, 2, or 3, because these kind of videos take a long time to render out, especially if you've seen our videos before. We have a lot of graphics on the screen, so I think that our we just put out the field ops, and it took 11 hours to render through. And now we don't have like the best equipment. I don't want anybody to think we have a supercomputer and it's taking 11 hours. But, you know, we have a pretty good computer, but it takes a while.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, hopefully the more money that comes in, the better investments we'll be able to make, and the quicker and better our content will get.
Right, right.
So in due time. In due time. Yeah, everybody keep their fingers crossed like we are.
But
we should be all right.
We just appreciate you guys watching and all the feedback you've given us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you feel like there's any possible way that we could have made this video any different or better,
let us know.
Please let us know. Yeah,
let us know.
If you don't mind watching 9 ads and you want to have it in 9 videos so the commentary is a little bit more fresh, so you get every single tip, every single layer.
Right.
Tell us.
Yeah, we'll do it. It's easier on us to do 9 short videos, right?
Right.
But we kind of look at it like, I don't really want to watch 9 ads. So that's how we make our videos. We make videos that we would want to watch.
Right.
But that may be different for you. So let us know. And that'd be a good thing to vote on in our next channel update.
Definitely.
Is whether you want to see shorter videos or longer videos with the ability to skip.
Right.
Right. So it looks like a big video, but really it's broken up into very small chunks.
So don't worry if you don't get the unlock right when you pull out the tendrils. It should pop here after this little cutscene kind of deal. And there's your Spindler search. And you guys have a good one.
End of initial briefing.